You bring great shame.
Yeah, these antlers.
I think they're antlers now. Yeah.
Antlers?
Whoa. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Ken.
I like this power-up totes that we got going on here.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
well, yeah.
now that you know his full name,
Mm.
Totes does have the power.
He's got the power.
Hashtag evil goat.
Hashtag evil goat. Did Liz show you this thing?
Ren, Liz doesn't. Yeah, like first of all, that's like el escandalo, but like I don't know to what you are referring. No, so I'm gonna go with no. Is it one of the gifts that she has here that she's just so
It's got, like, a
wrapped
stack
and
of
waiting
things.
for her birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, hi guys. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. Oh boy. Yeah.
As you'll see in front of you, we're down one.
What happened to her?
Mhm.
You'll never know. Actually, she tweeted a photo, I guess, of herself from the weekend, so it's not like...
Yeah.
Oh, you got your Stitch emote, Pukajutsu. I'm so happy.
Licked us.
Yay!
Claimed us as his own. We're now part of the Puka crew.
Puka crew?
Or Puka crew?
Guys, no. Oh no, rip Sophia.
Have I seen Book of Freeholds yet? I have Book of Freeholds yet.
Squee!
At least the PDF copy. It was delivered.
I want to see...
I was so tempted to
Please
hit the
don't.
button. I was like, no, don't
No
refresh.
touchy.
No touchy.
I want to learn all about freeholds from... Ugh.
You know what I
I
like
love
about
that.
Captain Daff's emote? Is that you actually have to write Cap Daff 5. It's not Cap Da F5.
That's good.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. I'm Zen Rob. So I guess I should just put an O. So it's Zen Robo.
Zen. Robo.
Ah, the Robo of Zen. Hey, the Steam edition of Chrono Trigger got an update, and now it's way better.
Oh yeah? Well, wait, was there an issue with it before in terms of like stability, or
The
I
graphics were not pleasing, and it still had the mobile interface all over the screen.
Oh
yuck.
That's yeah. I did
Yuck.
hear about that.
But
Yep.
they now have fixed it up. So Chrono Trigger on Steam, yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, I just want to hear all that sweet, sweet Chrono Trigger music
Yep.
all day or day.
Yep. So good. F5 was the button that I had as my revival skill when I played a priest on RO. Because for me, it was like, refresh, bring them back to life. F5.
Perfect.
So resurrection.
Are you an undead priest?
No.
But you said you didn't. Never mind. You said something else.
Which wasn't World of Warcraft.
I for some reason I was like, oh, a priest. You must be talking about that popular game World of Warcraft.
No.
Could have been
I
any.
was talking about the wildly unpopular game. No, the wildly dated game Ragnarok Online. Original, not two.
I don't think it was unpopular.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
it was popular.
schooled tonight, folks.
So cute. It was all about cute hats. Straight up. As every game is.
That's not that embarrassing. Chrono Trigger came out for the SNES, and I don't know, it depends on when you were born, whether you had an SNES.
Yeah.
And it was re-released for the DS, and that actually was a pretty good port. And for the
But-
PlayStation.
What it does mean is that you have a wonderful game to be discovered if you're into, 16-bit RPGs.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Some would even say the definitive one.
It is an excellent one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would
Two-one
put it
RPG?
forward as probably the best turn-based JRPG of all time.
throw down. Ooh. Captain Daff has left the chat. Look, Chrono Trigger, what?
Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross.
Those are the two Chrono games.
Yeah.
What about Chrono Motocross? I'm done.
I like it. That's like a before and
Get
after
out.
puzzle.
Oh.
No, for you it's there. Get out.
It's
I know
true,
which way your
that is
door
where the
is.
door is.
Get out the window. Go.
Oh, oh, okay. I go. Whoa!
Oh. Gurk. Ooh. I feel like you're
Well,
Mm-hmm. Oh, always fabulous.
you guys have a bonus session to take care of. Now,
We.
you'll notice that this is day 26B. This is not day 26A or day 27 because we are missing Liz. However, because all three of you will have completed a bonus session, you'll get your XP as normal,
Excellent.
albeit without a play of the game.
Oh boy.
Oh, she didn't.
And so the two of you are aware of what happened.
Yes. But are our characters? No, they are not.
Depends whether or not Sophia's come upstairs and filled patches in. I
Hey
feel like that's
guys,
where she was
look
headed.
at what just happened.
I believe she was headed
Oh.
upstairs. To
Probably,
fill
eh?
patches in.
Yes, she did
Great.
go and fill patches in.
That happened. Aw. Okay, everyone.
Just for funsies. We are, of course, joined by She Who Knows 10,000 Things and Echoes Through Song. Aragwen and Captain Daff are here.
Perfect.
Because, of course, we need to keep you unruly people in line.
Yep.
And he doesn't just mean the chat, although I assume you do also mean the chat, in addition to
Yeah.
us.
I
You know-
really think we're the bigger problem.
We're definitely pretty unruly over here.
Yeah.
Normally, this is the part where I would segue into a wonderful recap, but the recap will have to wait for the actual session to come about. Oh, we got boops going on now.
Boop.
Well, you know. One of these days, I should install an eye tracker, which will take note of where on the stream I'm looking, and then just and do two simultaneous recordings, one being the stream and the other being how I am looking at my screen real estate and figuring out where.
Helping people deduce where you like place the chat and place your, copious notes that I assume you use during the session. JK, LOL. What?
This
John,
is not Kung Fu Fenris's passport.
No.
It's mine.
Reminds me. I still need to update mine.
Oh,
I
Kate.
have a month.
Kate, run. Quick.
There are no drinks to be had. Not yet. At any rate, Sophia took care of a few things, hopped into a dream, had a couple of conversations with Incisor and with Zister. Now we have these two. So, yeah, maybe we'll do that one day. Maybe we'll actually do a recording of exactly what's going on behind the scenes.
I remember that one towards the end of Exalt Twitch, John, where you just grabbed the webcam and you were like, "Look at all this stuff!"
It was
you were
just,
here in the
such a
room.
disaster.
You were looking at the table. It was very funny. I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
Well, we are known for our disasters.
Oh.
Well, which one of you has something to start with?
I do. I do.
Waiting on you.
All right then. Wait, aren't you going to describe my frame of mind?
No.
I'm just. Braum is returning on the back of Rika from having just dug up his old friend. No, he went to the final resting place of Celian, or so he was told. Got some magical cat action happening here. Thank you, Kate. Sorry, guys. So he...
This doesn't loot loot at all.
You can... Oh my god. Just hearing all of this. So he's returning with what he found on Celian's skeleton in the sort of tatters of the pockets here, which was a small micro... I don't remember what they're called.
A
John.
compact flash.
Compact flash. I'm gonna write that down so I don't make that mistake again.
I know you've seen them before.
Oh no, I guarantee it. I just like it. You know, I'm always like micro SD cards and compact flash drives, and I don't know, man.
Right in the nano sim.
Oh. So he's returning to go and speak with Kyoko about, seeing what's on it. Of course, he's curious what Celian had on him at the time of his demise. Maybe he got out with some information from Abford. And he's going to fill her in on the plan that these wonderful folks, the Motley, has developed.
Smack. What happened?
Ironically, the mouse got pulled from the table onto the floor. Yeah, we're good.
The camera also shifted.
Oh, they left the table anyway. Yeah. Hi, John. Sorry.
Your camera has shifted.
Oh, okay. All right. Give me 2 seconds here.
No. I can...
Nope. A little further.
Little
Further.
Oh yeah. Little more.
There you go.
Hey, oh, hey, ho. That's where Braum's at. Boom. Explain.
When you land in the gardens, Rika lands very softly, although his claws are digging somewhat into the turf, and then crouches down enough to let Braum slide off.
Thank you, friend.
Oh, of course, it was nothing.
Well, I certainly appreciate it.
Did you achieve closure? I hear
did.
that's the sort of thing that's very important to people like you.
As much as one can. I do not truly believe that any part of one's life can be fully closed off, but to achieve a sense of finality about things, that is important to me.
And skeletons are finality to you.
Well, of a part of one's existence, yes.
Oh.
Celian lives on, but where and how, I do not know. And that is how it should be.
As you say, sir.
Rika, you have done us service today and a decade past.
Yes?
Just wanted to say that that is a very honorable thing to do, and for that, we all thank you, Red Branch. I hope that the Lady Helena is well.
I am a griffin, sir. My entire existence focuses on honor and loyalty. Lady Helena is doing fine.
Well, that's good then, Rika. I do not believe that we will require your assistance for our upcoming mission. At least not in the way that we did in time past.
It is late. I do plan to stay here at least for one night. To rest.
Of course. Oh my god. Sorry, guys.
Ella.
Of course, Rika, you are more than welcome here at the Spark. And
I
here in-
know. It would be foolish not to welcome me.
I certainly don't plan on not doing that then. And you will, of course, let me know if there's anyone here who treats you with contempt or disrespect.
Should they survive?
Rika, were you happening by Patch's apartment at the time that they needed or used rescue?
Well, it is on the way.
I'm just surprised it seems like a bit of a coincidence.
You live in a world where I exist, and you wonder whether coincidences are the sort of thing that should be questioned?
Of course not. I just try to be as pragmatic as possible. I find it is a good way of staying alive.
Well, pragmatism might be useful for remaining alive, but perhaps is not as useful for taking full advantage of the life you have.
Food for thought, Rika. Thank you.
I don't eat thought.
Speaking of, perhaps if you are hungry, I could find something for you. Some meat, perhaps, or there's water here in the lake, of course.
I am quite thirsty. You do have duties, I imagine, that you must attend to. Please don't feel as if you need to take care of me.
No, you can definitely take care of yourself and us. You've proven that admirably. I only stop and hesitate because there have been many encounters over the last few months with persons from my past, and to believe that you are rid of the past and moving forward, and then to be confronted with something is it's always a bit of a shock. You understand?
No, I've never lost my memory.
Well, perhaps you can empathize then.
Empathy I am capable of. Understanding I wouldn't dare. To say that I know how you feel would be a disservice to both you and to my honesty. Knowing the house that you hail from, I would not dare to lie to you. In fact, I shudder to think at anybody who might possibly lie to you ever.
It has been known to happen. But I can only hope that the light of truth is enough to illuminate the darkness.
Go forward. Lantern. And I will remain here.
Thank you, Rika. Be well.
And you.
Give a curt bow and head into the Spark. I'm headed for Kyoko's office unless I'm intercepted at all by...
Well, you are intercepted, at least you run into Incisor, who by now has gone to the bar and has poured herself a drink and is just leaning against it.
Incisor, is all well here? The
Yeah.
lady Sophia had little one. I assume she is taken care of.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Can I roll on that, John, to see if she's lying?
Sure. Manipulation subterfuge is 5.
Oh no. Whatever am I going to do? Okay. I was like, a fail to roll, apparently. No, 2 successes.
No.
Alright. Good. Everything's fine. Well, good, Incisor. I'm on my way to see the Lady Kyoko. It's almost time for us to move on, Abford.
Cool.
Are you alright? I'm thinking only of your well-being, Incisor.
Oh, yeah. No, totally. Only my well-being. I get it.
I certainly don't need that kind of attitude. That's all I wanted to know, is if you were alright, if you were doing well.
What attitude do you think I should be giving you, then? Why don't you educate me?
Incisor, I don't need to be in conflict with you. We're allies, and I like to think that we are friends.
Who's in conflict? Nobody's in conflict here.
That's fine, then. Good.
Oh, and, nice hair. Your hair's a little bit
Oh, like windswept.
windswept.
Okay. Thank you. I guess.
Yeah. Hey, look, don't let me keep you from your lady friend.
I certainly won't. I'm not really sure how to approach this with any sense of delicacy, of course, inside.
Because I'm delicate.
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that I wouldn't want to offend you at all. Did you... The mission that we are embarking on is dangerous and important. I know you have your duty here to protect the spark. Do you feel that it would be necessary for you to come along with us?
No.
Protect us, take the fight to them at all?
No. I leave here, and shit goes down wrong, and you return here, and you don't have anybody here to let you in, or to make sure that everything's going to be okay, or to help repel people who might be following you. No. I have a job to do here. And it's nothing against what you have to do. And I get it. It's difficult. It's dangerous. You might come back with a few paper cuts, but you have your duty and I got mine.
And I wanted to tell you that I very much respect the way that you carry out yours.
At least I do now.
You know that wasn't your fault.
You're a troll. You tell me. Somebody forced you to be derelict of your duty. Would you be happy about it?
No. I would tear them limb from limb, and then possibly one of my own as well.
Then I'm glad we see each other. I see you, Jake Sully.
Who is that? Sully. Oh, is that one of my sons used to watch a wonderful film, Monsters Incorporated. There was a Sully, I believe, in that.
No,
film.
this is Fern Gully on Planet Side Boob.
Fern Gully on Planet Side Boob. Is that a science fiction movie?
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Is it worth a watch?
No.
I'll steer clear then. Thank you. Well, that's all then, Incisor. I'll be on my way. to see the Lady Kyoko. Thank you.
Do you usually find it awkward to end conversations?
Yes.
You can just go. It's fine.
I don't like to leave a conversation without someone knowing what they have done for me in that moment. So I wanted to thank you. And then I can go. It's one of my quirks, I suppose.
Yeah, get out of here.
Fucking
Patches,
Braum.
you're in
Yeah, feed these cats.
you're in an apartment.
Yep. Very nice apartment that I helped renovate, but now very conscious of disturbing anything in it. So I find a hard chair that doesn't have a cushion that can get defluffed. Take a seat.
Everything here is pristine. Clean.
It's nice. It's pretty.
The upholstery is all swept in one direction.
God damn. Knowing that I will go crazy if I stay here for any length of time, because I don't want to be a bad guest, but basically doing anything will upset Sophia. I'm gonna start looking through my contact list, trying to figure out what I want to do, thinking over what just happened. And honestly, probably end up doing nothing until Sophia gets back upstairs.
As you're looking through your contacts, at one point, your list just disappears and the incoming phone screen comes up.
Who's the call from?
Call is from Porik.
Hi, Porik. What's up?
Sure, if I was just going to be checking up on you.
Well, that's kind of you. What prompts this?
Well, you save someone's life, and they sort of start to become important to you. You just want to make sure that you spent the effort.
Oh, thank you.
How's the scar of yours?
Shitty. Yeah, some Abford people attacked my apartment today. Yeah. So, I'm alive. I'm well. Not a scratch from, the sitch.
What about your fine guest?
In one piece. Hurt, but Sophia's tending to her.
Do you have names?
Of the people? No. They ransacked my apartment and all they found was some tax receipts from 2012. Which they burnt to set off a fire alarm and then they drugged the firemen, so I really don't know what the hell they're up to. All I know is that,
Are they
we're
still
taking
there?
them down. I have no idea. I left. My priority was clearing my guest of the premises.
It's a lovely night for a stroll.
You want to go for a walk?
No, you've got your own priorities.
They can detect us.
I'm counting on it.
Look, this is no judgment on your capabilities as a fighter, but They've proven themselves lethal, or very near so in every encounter.
Lethal? Can't be having that, can we?
Not when you're involved, no. Don't want you getting killed. But if you get a little roughed up, as long as that's your idea of fun for the night.
Now, you know that I wouldn't be telling you how to be fixing your buildings or your devices, right?
Yeah?
You don't have to worry about telling me how to make sure that I can get out of a sticky situation.
I just want to make sure you're okay. But I trust you.
I'm not okay. Somebody fucked up my friend's apartment, and I'm going to see what I can do about it.
That's
I'll
very
call you back in about 2 hours. If I don't, raise one for me, would you? And then the phone just clicks off.
Across. Except you don't get that wonderful tone. Just boop. Screen turns off.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh. Porker turns with like 4 heads.
I'm gonna head off to 1000 de la Gauchetière, which is a high-rise building that is known by many for having a skating rink inside. It's also got some bus terminals in it, and it's close to Bonaventure train station. And it's one of the tallest buildings on the southern side of downtown that overlooks Griffintown, which is where my apartment is. I'm gonna ride the elevator on up. Take a look out the window.
If anyone stops you, you're just like, maintenance. Just flash your wallet. Well, keep going.
Basically.
There are still fire trucks around your building, but it looks like people are starting to pull themselves back in.
I'm Yeah,
Yep.
I guess I'm trying to see if there are any red cars in the vicinity.
There are still 2 red Mazda Miatas. Cherry red. Can you do me a favor, and can you roll me your perception alertness, please, at a difficulty of 7?
No success.
Okay. One of the Miatas pulls away.
Mm.
Which direction does it head?
Well, it pulls away. You can't track the car for that long.
No, it's fine. Goes down the road in the direction that the road goes, basically, and then out of sight. Fair enough.
Griffintown isn't like
Yeah.
grid necessarily, right?
Yeah. No, it's a bunch of fucking caverns at this point in time. It's all this construction going on.
Craters.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's really surprising to see a neighborhood suddenly gone overnight. Seemingly overnight. Yeah, I guess. Have I gotten any more text updates from my apartment building?
Nope.
I might text my landlord, be like, "Hey, is it okay? Is the building clear to go back to?"
We should know in an hour.
Thank you.
Braum, when you arrive at Kyoko's office, she is currently peering very, very closely at a keyboard in a window that's only about this big. The mouse. And she's got her ear pressed really close to a speaker. She's pushing keys by clicking on them one by one by one. This keyboard has drawings posted around it, and you can hear the whir of a CD-ROM drive.
Lady Kyoko, what are you doing?
Has anyone ever told you about playing the game Myst?
Yes, I believe.
They were lying to
remember-
you. You do not play Myst, you suffer through it.
Oh. Was
However-
it that bad?
However, people really needed an excuse to have a CD-ROM drive. Unless, of course, you were using the Windows 95 install CD to watch Weezer's video of Buddy Holly.
I don't think I ever did.
I wouldn't have expected you to.
Oh. Well, what if I told you I liked Weezer? Perhaps we could get tickets to the concert.
It was hidden on the CD.
Oh, I see. I would never have found it, I'm sure. So what exactly are you doing clicking on this keyboard? Is this the game Myst that you are suffering through? In which case, why would you do that to yourself?
I need to play this keyboard in a particular sequence. However, I have to mimic a sequence that I could only hear from a second ago, which means that I have to go back and forth from one building to another while listening very carefully. And my ears aren't very good.
Perhaps now is not a good time then. I had something that I would have liked you to take a look at. Something I think you might find interesting, but I don't want to interrupt if it's something that you're doing that's very important and
Oh, trust me. There aren't very many things that you couldn't show me that I wouldn't find incredibly interesting at this point in time.
Well, and I start to like ruffle around in my pockets.
This is getting better.
I think I left it in here somewhere. And then I eventually find it, this compact flash.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
whoops.
what's in your pocket.
Well, it's still about that big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But it is not so much about the what as it is about the where. Do you know where I found this, Lady Kyoko?
I'm going to assume this isn't some sort of excuse for us to engage in extracurricular activities at the moment, so I'll treat this seriously. Did you find it at Heart's Light?
No,
That isn't Granville's personal camera, is it?
I don't believe so.
We're not about to discover things about patches neither of us were ever meant to know, are we?
Why would you suggest that the Duke Granville has photos of patches?
You don't believe that she could find work as a model?
No, not that at all. I just assumed that he wasn't taking photos of any models of any kind. I didn't know he had a hobby for photography or anything. I'm missing something here, aren't I?
Probably.
No, you're not. I
You're not, no?
don't think he does. Well, Duke Granville and patches aside, no, this is not from there.
It's weathered. And she takes it from you and turns it around. It's pitted. That means that it's been outside. Probably in some place that's relatively hostile. This looks like sand, which means that you probably found it on a beach. But either it couldn't have been on the beach for very long, or it would have been sheltered for quite some time.
You are truly Sherlock Holmes, Lady Kyoko.
No. Sherlock Holmes was an opium addict.
But also uses powers of perception and deductive reasoning to learn information about people and places.
Yes, but my vices are much different.
You have vices, Lady
Yes.
Kyoko?
Of course I have vices. Don't we all have vices?
Suffering through this game, for one.
Yes. That's one of them.
Will you have to make me a list sometimes that I can avoid them? For you, I mean, on your behalf.
I don't think you'd like to avoid your own genitalia. That gets difficult.
The compact flash was found in the pocket of someone who has been indeed out in the elements but protected for many years now. Someone you and I both knew quite well.
I'm going to boot up a virtual machine. And she turns to the computer and starts loading up another version of Windows inside Windows.
Lady Kyoko, how well did you know Celian?
Everything makes sense all of a sudden.
Everything makes sense.
I assume that you've went and visited Celian's grave and promptly robbed it.
I wouldn't consider it robbery. Lady Kyoko. If Celian had this on him at the time of his demise, I can only assume it has important information from our last mission on it. Perhaps it is personal, in which case I will return it.
Celian was responsible for training me. He and I were very close. Closer than friends.
I didn't know Lady Kyoko.
Yes, you did. At one time. It's my fault that you don't remember.
Now, we've certainly been over this, I know. You are responsible, but you cannot hold yourself responsible for any suffering on my part or on yours.
I don't. I have to be remarkably clear-headed sometimes. Sir Braum, I've done a lot of horrible things in the name of dreams and freedom and good. I need to be at peace with them. And in one of those ways, I have to thank you, because if it were not for you, my dear friend would have been lost, right alongside Kay.
I believe that I did what anyone would have done to save their friends and yours.
Do you want to see what's on the card?
Yes. And then I believe we have much to discuss, unless, of course, this is some sort of nuclear launch codes or something. Huh.
She pops the card in, and it whirs for a second, and then it comes up, and there are 5 photographs on the card itself.
Okay.
And she hesitates.
What's the matter? Lady Kyoko?
I'm being silly.
Well, it's all right. I'm being overly serious.
I know, but I am being silly. Here. And she clicks on the first image, and the first image that you see, it's a very much younger version of you. 10 years younger. But only your mortal mien. You can't see any of the troll on you. And you are sitting in a boat that has clearly sunk. It's still in shallow water though, so the water's up to your armpits, but you're laughing.
What is this? What happened here?
You sank a boat.
I hope that's not the kind of thing I used to do with regularity.
She clicks over to the next picture, and the next picture is of a young woman, who, upon a second glance, looks just like Kyoko. And a young man, a very pretty man. And of a woman who you instantly recognize as Kay.
Mm.
And the three of them are all with chopsticks in one massive bowl. All of them slurping noodles from it and looking at the camera.
That's adorable. I imagine that the man is not Sir Zeron.
No, it's Celian.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I would necessarily recognize him right away.
You can. You do know him.
Right.
She looks over to the third picture, and the third picture is of a cage. Cage after cage after cage after cage, stacked in a room that's only barely lit. Inside these cages are Norwegian whites, rhesus monkeys, rabbits. Each one of them with various lines moving inside and out. And underneath, handwritten markings of codes.
Can I ask how? It might not be possible to get a sense from the photo, but is it a large room? Like how big would the room be that they're in?
It's a large room.
Okay.
About the size of a large laboratory.
Okay. Okay.
It's disappointing.
Why is that?
She didn't get my good side.
I'm so sorry, Lady Kyoko.
We spoke about this. About doing pretty horrible things, and she points, and one of the rabbits is white, but with fur shaved and stitches, along with a heartbeat sensor placed on its chest. She clicks over to the next one. And it's a computer screen. And the computer screen at the bottom on the right has YUNG written on masking tape at the bottom of the monitor. On the screen are a series of digits.
Do I know these digits?
Do you know those digits?
They may be in my other notebook, yes.
Is it in the thing?
No, it's gonna be in my bag somewhere. Thanks, everyone.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Way to go, Aragorn.
She knows her lines. Yeah, YUNG.
So are they just kind of like? Is it in amongst any other information, or is it just like a large? It's just like large digits on that monitor.
What you see on it is, unfortunately, the photograph isn't completely clear. What you do see, however, are it's sort of like it's a very old monitor, and it's monochromatic, and it's the kind that's just green on black.
Mm-hmm.
And in looking at it, it becomes pretty clear that that this machine has to be at least 30 years old.
That's very peculiar, Lady Kyoko, no? For such a technologically advanced group of people to be using technology that is outdated in this way.
The numbers are 7, 7, 8, 5, 0, 8, 0, 0, 5. But then the last two numbers, the scan line on the monitor, are currently blocking them.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
The Lady K, in her final moments, was trying to communicate this information to me as well.
The final image,
Mm-hmm.
when she clicks over, is of Celion lying against the wall. He's obviously been hurt. But then she hesitates and realizes that this isn't it's not a photo, it's a video. presses play,
Oh shit.
and he shuffles up to try to sit up higher, looks directly into the lens, and just as he's about to speak, he points behind, and then the camera smashes down into the ground.
It's chilling, Lady Kyoko. This must have been right before I found them.
Then that was the rocket's code. Everything except the last 2 digits.
Yes.
Then clearly you need them.
My mission to Abford was to see if they had any information on the rocket or its location, although it seems that we now have a lead in that regard, so perhaps they have even more of a lead there. This is something concrete that we need to find.
You know, I actually remember this day. And she clicks back to where there's a photo of her and Celian and Kay.
What makes it stand out to you?
It was fun. There was nothing else about that day other than everything went right. Everyone just had fun. Even the mistakes that we made, even the time that we accidentally sloshed some of the broth onto Kay's dress, everything was just funny. I've never heard you laugh more than that day.
Surely we must have had many days like that between us, no?
When we miss those who are gone, what we're actually missing is how they made us feel. We can either look at these photos and wish that we could get those days back, or we could look at them and know that we need new friends so that we can have these moments again in the future. The people in that photograph didn't know where they would end up.
I'm certain they did not think that they would end up sacrificing themselves in such a horrible place.
Yes, we did. We just don't let that define us.
I just always thought it would be me. If that's not too self-centered.
It's incredibly self-centered, bro. Martyrs often have it easy. You're stronger than that. I don't even have a scar. And she lifts her shirt and shows an area on her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Except that, Braum, you know that she does.
Right.
It's on the other side.
Oh. Oh. Would you look at that? It certainly has healed very well, hasn't it?
Patches will heal too, as long as she manages to maintain regular contact with a freehold. The scar will never truly go away, but it won't be as angry. It's actually going to be really damn attractive. Do you know the saying that chicks dig scars?
I have heard this, yes.
I'm not a chick. I don't have feathers, and I'm not very small, and I'm not yellow. But I definitely can see the appeal.
As can I. It's a shame you don't have any. I think I might find that attractive.
I'm sorry you don't find me attractive.
I did no. That's not what I said. I didn't. I certainly didn't intend for you to. Lady Kyoko,
Yes.
there's one more thing that we need to resolve before we can get some sleep.
What's that?
I'd like for us to go and see Patches now. We have a job for you tomorrow.
Where is she?
I don't know. And with that, I pull out my phone and I start to text. Patches. I'm just sending Patches a text that says, "Where are you?"
If nothing has changed, and
No, eventually the fire truck and the other Miata leave. And then you get a text from your landlord that says, all clear.
and I'm gonna text Porg and see, and be like, all good? Question mark.
Braum,
Yes.
actually, no, not Braum, never mind.
Aw.
Patches,
Aww.
where are you?
From Braum?
No,
No.
from Pork.
I was still in Thousand de Gauchetiere. I mean, how much time has passed?
20 minutes.
Okay, then yeah, I'm probably still there.
Meet you at Freehold. Click.
Fuck.
Well, I saw Sophia's keys. Head back to the freehold.
All right. When you get to the Freehold on the outside, you see a red Miata parked outside.
Do you like my sweet ride? Braum.
Where's Porg? Yeah.
The window rolls down.
Oh shit.
Get in.
Is that Porg? Or is it someone else? Sweet ride.
I said get in.
I do.
Yeah,
Now listen. I disabled any of the tracking the systems that they might have had on this thing. But I'm going to need you to take a look inside. I can't leave this for that long.
Tool belt. Tools. What am I looking inside the car? Systems?
Sure.
Pop open the digital display. Is it that new? Is it an old school Miata?
So I'm going to ask you to roll your perception drive.
Yes.
Difficulty?
7.
It's a good roll. Perception drive.
Roll-
There's a
spend
train
spend
coming.
Point of willpower.
Okay.
3 successes.
With 3 successes, you recognize the following about the car. First is that it has reinforced doors and windows. As reinforced as you can get without screwing too much with the mechanics of a Miata.
Yeah.
So it's not like a cop car, but it's still a
No,
little
but
bit better
they
than that.
Worked on it. Yeah.
The second is that you managed to pull all of the GPS location data from the car's navigation unit.
Nice.
Tim's. Tim's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And the final thing that you discover is that the car has a tracking device on it, but you actually can pirate that signal. So you can track this one car.
I will set myself up to do so.
You don't have the equipment to do this right now, but you have the stuff that you would need to be able to put it in,
Cool. So if I brought the info to Kyoko, she could do it?
potentially.
Cool.
Or she could if she got the thing that would be able to do so.
Cool.
I'm going to have to return this. They don't know it's gone yet.
Mm-hmm. Wipe down steering wheel a bit and all the surfaces that I've touched.
I'm hopeless with cars, so I'm going to have to make sure that I don't destroy it on the way back, but thought you could use it.
Thank you. Enjoy the ride. And get out.
And just pulls away. It's now after midnight.
Yeah. Can I head upstairs to Sophia's?
This would be where Sophia fills you in on things. And now it's when Braum gets the text to you.
I'm gonna head downstairs.
Like all the way down, or
No, just to the freehold. I'm gonna like stay right near the elevator so that if Sizer shows up, not very far from the exit.
And Sizer is there and leaning against the bar. Although she changed. She's not wearing the same thing that she was before.
Braum wanted to see me.
You're allowed back in here.
Cool. I'm just gonna stick here. Text.
Were you just gonna stay in the elevator? I'm not gonna bite you.
Like, step out of the elevator, but like right by the elevator.
No hard feelings, huh?
Oh no, Incisor. I just know that you have a job that I respect you doing your job, and I don't want to make your job difficult for you.
Look, as near as I can tell, you're back in charge of me, so, yeah.
Fuck, Sophia's good.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Braum, you're told that Patches is in the exhaust.
All right. Well, I am striding on out there to see her, and I'm bringing Kyoko if, Kyoko's not too obsessed with mist or whatever.
Do you, like, have her on a leash?
No. No. Not outside of the room, anyway. Escándalo. Oh, good, Patches. You've returned.
Kyoko just goes straight up to Patches and just wraps her in a hug. And then, holding onto Patches' hand, just starts walking very forcefully over one of the couches and then sits down, pulling her down.
Hi, Kyoko.
Hey.
Are you glad that I'm allowed back in?
No.
I think she means
Braum's
yes.
skin's too tough. You needed some soft skin to touch. I get it. Not that these calloused hands are all that much softer, but
We were actually just talking about how hot you are.
I don't recollect being part of that conversation.
no, I'm a good temperature. But thank you.
Braum, it was just now.
Kyoko, why didn't you say anything, or Patches, why did nobody tell me that you had been evicted from this freehold?
I didn't know.
Happened
Oh.
pretty quickly, and apparently Sophia undid it with her silver tongue.
Well, alright then. I'm glad everything's been worked out. I don't know if you have to make amends at all, Patches, but...
Oh yes.
Oh, no doubt.
Need
But in the meantime, I think it's important for us to...
to move forward.
That's it, exactly.
There you
Yeah.
go. Hi. Glad you're here. Sit rep. Don't want to make you go back in there. We were wondering if you'd be willing to intercept a call from them tomorrow morning. And pose as the Urgence Environnement of Quebec. When they're going to inevitably call for a containment unit and tell them that a van is on its way.
You want me to patch into their phone system?
Mm-hmm.
That is going to involve me being on site, but at least not inside the building. I'll be able to route the relay and then send it on so that I'll be able to take it off a repeater.
That sounds fantastic. And I've also got some information from one of their cars. And I'm going to...
This is a transponder signal.
Yeah.
It means I'll be able to track this car.
Mm-hmm. Might do nothing interesting. I mean, so far they've gone to Tim Hortons, Abford Pharma, Tim Hortons, Abford Pharma, or whatever actual list of information I have. But might be useful to keep our eyes on it, ears on it. Both of those things.
I'm afraid I don't have very good ears.
I think they're lovely. Both things. Does she have human? Yeah, she has human ears and bunny ears, right?
In her Famian, no.
No,
She
just bunny ears?
just has rabbit ears.
Okay, then I will remove both sets.
However, in her mortal immune, yes, she does.
Human ears. Yep. Now that we're going back, I also remember I came across something that said homepage when I was digging around last time we were there. Again, might not mean anything, but maybe it'll come in handy.
You may require me on site. This may not be the sort of thing that I can just sit out.
I believe we have a plan that can keep you from having to go back in the building. I don't want to put you any closer to that building than we need to.
Thank you.
Braum, thank you for bringing us some blankets for the couch. Because I'm totally not hot right now.
What? Work with me on this cat. Fucking work with me.
Yes, kitten, you want to stay in his lap. Yes, look, you're getting scratched in the head.
Okay. Yes, I have returned with blankets.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good cat.
So, You should be able to clear out most, if not all, of the staff. With Kyoko's help, we'll be able to have the authority to enter the building and either be escorted through the building room by room, or perhaps be given clearance, or perhaps I'll be able to lift a key card off of someone on our way in. My plan is to go room by room to clear it of chemicals. Until we find what we came for.
We have some new information too. I believe there is a particular computer that we can identify somewhere in the building. I imagine is still there. It had, a decade ago, the code for the rocket, the activation. I have some of the digits now. We are missing a couple. We can find that computer, despite the fact that it looked quite old at the time, even.
I wonder if it's a decoder, whether if you say it's an old computer, if they'd keep it because it had some form of algorithm in it that could decode it, rather than just sitting there with a number that they could write down.
That's a good point.
Worth looking into, worth looking for.
Yes. In terms of room by room, we won't have all day necessarily.
Yeah, we will. We're clearing out the building of chemicals.
They better stay out.
Yes. But no, we can't just dawdle. Ooh, oh. Okay.
She did her best.
There you go.
I just mean you're right. Yes, we needn't dawdle.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can find this information and anything that they may have about Scythe, the location or appearance, anyone who's interacted with her.
Figure out which rooms would be large enough for her to be in if they had her. But I don't think she'd fit in a closet.
No. Although, we're going to have to see if... Well, we'll have to find out. They can detect the presence of chimerical magic within humans, within mortals. The Chthane. I don't believe they would have a way to house or detect or see chimera. Pure chimera.
True, that's what Rika said.
At which point. But information,
Yeah.
surely. That's what we will be looking for. After the fact, I would like to take the opportunity to destroy their servers.
Oh, at the very least.
What do you mean at the very least?
Oh, maybe have the chemical be flammable and set off all the sprinklers, soaking all of their computer systems everywhere and making sure that, whoops, all those protections against their server room getting wet somehow accidentally didn't work.
Any such place like that will have an off-site backup.
Would there be a way of finding out where that is? Once we get there.
Yes.
Let's get done.
I'll be able to step you through it.
Excellent. Need I make amends, Kyoko? Do you think Sister would be useful on site?
You should probably do that no matter what.
I don't want to tell him more than he needs to know.
Why?
You don't.
I don't trust him.
Why?
He hasn't been honest with us. And I suppose that's me doing the same right back to him.
So there's a compromise to be had.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm head for the elevator.
Do you require any mediation? I'm sure I'm sure I could help with any of that if you needed.
Last time you tried to settle a matter of honor, you ended up with a sword hold. That was really fucking loud.
Pan back to Braum. He's like, he's just like falling down in his chair. Ah! Well, I obviously have no response to your statement. Oh.
I go down in the no longer musical elevator.
No. That's so sad.
The keypad sits there.
Keypad. Locate Zister.
Zister is inside the workshop.
Keypad. Open intercom to workshop.
Authorization needed.
Packers. Sophia sent me. I'm here on my own, but like I've spoken to Sophia.
The door opens.
I'm not allowed back in, so do you want to join me out here?
Don't be stupid.
I'm young, that's all I can be.
If you were allowed back in the freehold, you're allowed back in here.
What did Sophia do to you?
Get in here. And the intercom cuts out.
I go in.
By now, he's finished his welding. And he turns and he takes his mask. Not that he ever had it down, but he just takes it off of his head. And there's a line on his forehead where it was attached.
Yeah. So, we have most of the code to the rocket. We believe that the rocket is inside size. And since
Why do
we're
you think
chasing
I've been
down
dishonest
size-
with you?
Pardon? Sorry.
Why do you think I've been dishonest with you?
Because you said you were looking for Scythe. And then we found you in the basement of Abford Pharma, and that's where little one last saw her mother. And so you said you don't know where the rocket is.
I
But you
don't
were
know where the
looking-
rocket is.
The rocket is in Scythe.
And the arc welder that he's holding just falls on the ground. The tank clanks off it,
Oh,
and he looks down. So normally that'd be like a really bad thing to have happened. But I've run out of fuel, so it's safe.
oh,
Good to know that I should ask you to sit down before I tell you things, but I think you know. So yeah, can you at least sort of see why I thought it was awfully suspicious that you claim not to know where the rocket is, yet have gone chasing after exactly where the rocket is?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Scythe was originally meant to power it.
Yeah, well, now she's probably maybe still powering
powering
it.
it.
I don't know where she is. Did you find her? Did you find any trace of her?
I found traces of her, yes.
Where?
There was one dragon scale that I found inside the pharmacy. which means that they've at least been someplace she has, if they don't already have her.
Well, we're going in tomorrow, so see if I can't find more.
I think you and I need to have a discussion first.
Sure.
I need to know whether or not I can trust you.
In general, and specific to a certain context.
If you can't trust me, then I can't trust you. That's sort of how this works.
I just don't know if our priorities align. There are people that you can trust and you can work with, but I know that Sophia wants to save the people that were affected by the rocket, but I know that I would rather shut it off and lose those people than risk it affecting more people. I don't trust Sophia to not falter in the situation of having to make that decision. So I don't trust Sophia in that context.
I've
And I
never
don't know what your
lied to
plans
you.
are for the rocket.
I have never lied to you.
But you've omitted information.
What information have I omitted?
Everything about why you left, where you went, why you were in Abford.
No, see, that's not omitting information. That's just, I didn't tell you.
You've entangled us in your freehold by leaving us as its caretakers. That's pulled us into a lot of what's been going on, and we need to know what's happening if we're going to make the right decisions.
That's something that we can work with. The reason I didn't tell you originally is because I was worried that someone was going to intercept the information. Apparently, I was right. I never intended to get captured. I was hoping that eventually I'd be able to recontact you, and everything would be fine.
Yeah. It seems none of us realized how close the mole was.
I want to show you something. And he points at a small rectangular case with inset screws. I was watching the way that you were using that thing earlier, the whatchamacallit, and I noticed that I thought that you were doing something wrong. But here. And he lifts the lid, and inside there's a dazzling array of electronics that are like lighting up with LEDs and stuff like that. But he points at the screw.
Yeah.
You see how this is countersunk?
Yeah.
You accidentally found a way to make it more efficient.
I mean, I was just
I've been
trying
copying
to
your technique for the past 2 days.
get everything nice and flush.
I can learn from you.
You've taught me a lot, but
And I've got more to teach you. I'm still the Kanaka around
you haven't
here.
taught me everything that I know.
Next time that you have a problem, ask instead of accuse. I don't
What
have a
are
lot to
your-
hide left because, honestly, without him, you're almost the only proof that I exist any longer.
All the people here are. They're here because of you. But what are your plans, ultimately, for the rocket? Sophia tells me that you've discovered that it's not your design that caused it to do what it did.
Apparently, he was very good at looking over my shoulders. And he was the
Can
only
you
one
build a
who
new
had
one?
access to the workshop aside from me.
Would you build a new one?
I don't know. I still believe in the mission of the rocket.
And what will you do if we manage to recover it in one piece?
I'll see if I can restore those lives. I'll study the modifications that were made to it. But no matter what, it's not going to live much longer once it's in my hands. It's my intention to see it destroyed.
Good.
The wish that I have for the rocket is not worth the sacrifice made for it.
Good. Then you can trust me. This is the mission I'm on.
Did you pick up the canister? My back hurts.
Very gingerly put it down.
I'm tired.
I can imagine. You should
Here.
get some.
And he pushes the box over. If you manage to recover it, put it inside this thing and close it tight. This box is designed to recover a glamour signature and then make sure that it can't be detected again. In essence, they won't be able to track you as long as you're holding it. Also, once the rocket's been placed inside and the box is closed, it can't be opened by anyone else except you and me.
Good. Are you sure that it's only us? We have an enemy out there. Someone who took your design and altered it for...
It's coded into your signature and mine. No one else's. Feel free to check my work. Normally, if you did that, I'd smack you. But
We don't know where he is. Don't know what he's up to. Don't know what his goals are. Don't know why he waited 10 years after the event. And however much longer after.
I need to go to bed.
You do. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's difficult.
Difficult is what we do.
Should I ask Claude to fix your nightcap?
No. I'm gonna find the balefire. I'm gonna curl up next to it. I'm going to dream.
Good.
Yeah. Channing Tatum.
What?
Don't judge me. And he hops off the stool and he just starts walking out of the workshop.
Enjoy your Channing Tatum? And I'm gonna start digging around the workshop, getting ready for a long night of work.
Do either of you have anything left?
Yeah, I'm going to try to set myself up to knock out at least some of the power, which I mean I can just go down to the breaker room and flip the breakers. So I guess I'm just trying to set myself with a device that can barricade the door to the breaker room.
Like a crowbar?
Yeah. Something to keep it locked once I leave, like from the outside.
Roll me your intelligence crafts at a difficulty of 7.
One, two, three. Unless it's a mechanism.
Oh, this is a mechanism.
4 successes.
You now have in your possession.
Yeah.
It is a. It looks like a length of steel about this wide that normally you'd be using as a door jam. But one thing that it will do is that it will not only jam a door, but it'll also provide temporary reinforcement to the door as well once you've stuck it on somewhere.
Sweet.
Now, unfortunately, in order to lock itself, try as you might, the only way that you can manage to make it do so is if it actually makes a few puncture holes on the outside. So it'll be obvious that you've used this on whatever door you've used it on.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine. It
No.
really pisses Patches off.
Yeah, no, yes, okay, yes. I'm annoyed that I couldn't make it just do its job without damaging things, but it's okay because I don't give a fuck about the door that I plan to use it on. It's an acceptable flaw.
Fuck.
Anything else?
As sort of foolish as it sounds, I'm going to spend a bit of time before bed drawing the most detailed drawing that I can of a large dragon, wings spread, breathing ice. Draw the most detailed thing, and I'm going to leave out its eyes and its teeth. Fill those in tomorrow to start a bunk. Is that can I do
Yes,
that?
you
Is that
can.
a thing? Okay, great.
You can preload your bunks.
Preload in the bunks.
The only thing that you can't do is draw 800 things and put them in a binder and then pull them out and be like, okay, well, I got this one ready. And then be like, hooray, that's a level 5 that I had. It has to be a deliberate thing for a specific goal, which you already have in mind, so it's okay. You don't have to have all of the goal. You don't have to know who you're targeting necessarily, but you have to be like, I am planning on doing this, so I'm getting it ready.
Okay, so yes. And I will tell you that I am planning on casting Dragon's Ire too.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the goal.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Anything else for either of you?
Do. Not for me, but possibly.
No, nothing I can think of.
Well, then it looks like that's what we had to accomplish.
Chicka chicka. Oh. Come on down. You're the next contestant on.
Braum fucked up.
Braum fucked up. Actually, I won't repeat it here on the stream, but we did come up with a game show, a very exciting game show title over the weekend that I will shout at some point.
Oh.
You guys will know.
Okay. I'm sorry that I'm not in on the joke. You'll have to tell me another time, or I'll get to enjoy it for the first time.
Thank you, Aragorn. Channing Tatum's Leashes and Chaos Cates. Oh my. Good bonus session.
Ding, 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 ding.
Channing Tatum's and Chaos Cates and Leashes. Oh my. I assume that it was a Wizard of Oz reference.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. Encounter thoughts. Do you have any?
Oh, none at all.
I
I saw them coming in. I was like, I got nothing on this.
I saw 2 around the time each of us was talking to Incisor. Like one each time, but there are 6. Dice rolls is my only guess, because I know there was a dice roll when the first one came in, and there might have been a dice roll when the other ones came in.
I only made, I think, 1 dice roll today.
I made a few, but not a ton.
Data. No, I. Oh.
So what's your guess?
What did you guess? Read
Oh,
intentions?
God.
We didn't read intentions.
No,
Did
I
we say rolls?
read intentions.
It was the first time that it showed up.
That's true. Yeah, let's do that. Sure.
Dice rolls.
Dice rolls. Rolling of the dice.
Because cats were fucking chaotic all day or day. It would have been like
Oh,
1,000
They're
drinks.
the worst. And see now, where
Every
are they?
time
Where are
Kate
they right now?
unplugged or like went under the table.
Nope. Failure.
Wah wah. It's okay, it was just for funsies. Oh!
Oh, because
Ah.
she should be here. Well, not here, like there.
Over there.
But, aw,
Yeah.
who is that?
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, we'll actually be able to have a session.
Yay!
But that session will be next week.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the assault on Abford Pharma. It's been coming for a long time. Day 27, that will be it. But we have some time before then. First, I'll point out that on Mondays, Happy Kilmore will most likely be throwing down in some Dragon Age. Pukajutsu will be streaming throughout the week. All kinds of Kingdom Hearts goodness, trying to get all in before Kingdom Hearts 3, which honestly he should be able to do about 11 times before it finally manages to make its release. How about you, Scott?
My regularly scheduled time slot tomorrow is up for a steel stream. Have fun. Good luck, have fun. Happy hunting. The most dangerous game of all. Yeah. No, it's up for a steel stream, but of course, Happy Kilmore at a regularly scheduled time. Dragon Age 2 for those
I
of you
might
who've
steal
not
your
played.
stream and do Sad Robots some more. We'll see.
Sad robot.
Sad Robots. Yeah, it still says Exaltwitch. It's a bunk. Tuesdays, we'll see whether we can scare something out of the Coolian. He's been pretty busy, but we'll see if he'll show up. Wednesdays, again, we're going to have to talk. JT might need another time for his stream because he just can never, ever make it. But we'll see if another VO gym will make its way up there alongside an RPG clinic.
Mm-hmm.
That will be happening at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight. Thursday, still nothing.
Have a show.
Hey,
You're in
come see
Montreal.
Kate's
Come see
show.
my show.
You can subscribe.
Go
2.5
see Kate's
hours
show.
long. It's got 500 cues. You're going to be doing this the whole time when you don't have actors like leaning into you or hitting you with their hobby horses. You know, good times.
But you will have a Radio Free Twerkle at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Discord. Friday, Punchy. The successful return of Punchy.
She's so excited, guys. That's all she's been talking about. I gotta tell you.
Saturday,
Something from Liz, probably.
something from Liz, something maybe from Julian. But Sunday, we'll be here. Right here.
Might be a little late, but I will be here. Yay!
And we'll see what we can do about taking out those folks. Throughout, Captain Daft, possibly even streaming tonight, but you'll be able to find him, Ashley, plenty of other people streaming. Just go and see. Check on Twitter. It's the best place to find out. But what you can do is if you're actually interested in looking at any of the synopses of past episodes of either Changeling or our previous game, Exaltwitch, it's all up there on rpgclinic.com. And hey, on the forums of rpgclinic.com would probably be a good place for you to start posting where the hell you stream and when.
Yeah,
but-
Liz started a thread.
That's
you
good.
can
Yeah.
you
I'm
can
in on
actually go look in there. Special shout out to Mistrich. Thanks very much for being here. I know that you're not often able to make it live, but we're just glad that you were around. Aragwen for her donation. We appreciate that as well. And Erivada, thanks for the follow. Look, if you're actually looking into things, go and check the website. It's all there. Every VOD. Watch it at 1.5 or 2x speed so that you can actually get through it, and then feel amazed when we see to move incredibly slowly because
Oh.
we actually only move
So
at
slowly.
1 ourselves. And the crosshair, of course, for his bits. I always love his bits. We are going to be here next week. Hopefully you'll have a great one coming forward. And thank you, Stretch. Good to see you too, Aravana.
Hello.
Always up and to the right, everyone.
Oh,
We'll see you next time. And there we go. There's another one to
oh,
close us out.
God.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Diddly-doo-doo.
Mm-hmm.